Today's ninth Metro Council vote could bring more police patrols to buses, transit centers, and bus stops across Nashville.
WSMV4's Joylyn Bukovac is live with what council members approved and what it could mean for riders. Joylyn.
Yeah, good morning. Well, Metro Council approved an agreement that is aimed at bringing in more police attention to Nashville's public transit system. So this means that having more patrols assigned to buses, transit centers, bus stops, and the WeGo Star as well. Now, this vote came after a push to actually delay the resolution for one more meeting. One council member said that there were still questions in place for Metro, WeGo, and police leaders, especially since the vote was happening after 1 o'clock in the morning. It was a really long Metro Council meeting that they had yesterday. But supporters called it an early step toward getting more security in place for riders. That delay ultimately failed, and council approved the agreement 23-3 with 3 members abstaining.
Not a complicated issue. It's a few officers that are going to be paid for to help start the security for buses. This is just kind of the initial first step. I think we can move forward.
And that discussion that they had, it did not exactly spell out the exact number of the officers or the costs or the starting dates for those patrols, but we'll continue following this up and let you know what we find out. For now, reporting live in Nashville, I'm Joylyn Bukovac, WSMV4.